Mil Mascaras, certainly one of the prime favorites with audiences in Houston, Texas, but we're not unique because he is a prime favorite in New York City, in Tokyo, Japan, in Los Angeles, in Mexico City, of course, in Spain, in South America, everywhere he goes. Nigeria, they think that he is a great, great athlete, and they are right. Manny Fernandez, who recently got mad at the world, who changed his wrestling style, who turned against his friends and said they were all using him, is now turning on Mil Mascaras, whose tag team partner he has been on a number of occasions, and he blames Mil Mascaras for making him do all the work, and that Mascaras took all the credit. Mil Mascaras again, and he comes up there and grab him and spin him around and drive him over. Mascaras has a tremendous reputation that he fights to maintain. He is as proud a man as you will find on the face of the earth. And he's proud of being Mil Mascaras. He doesn't want anything to tarnish that image in any manner. Leg scissor, he drove him forward well enough, and as he ties Manny Fernandez up, he gets a bar toe hold. A good, solid way of keeping him under control, and the effort now is to wear down the raging bull himself, Manny Fernandez. He has both legs wrapped up. As he leans in there, he gets the pressure on the leg, and he ties him down to that canvas. Makes it difficult for Fernandez to move, and Manny, who had based his battle on his ability to come out and literally swallow Mil Mascaras, is having his problems right now. Surfboard hold. Mil Mascaras in behind, keeping the pressure on those arms, pulling them back, pulling them up, and keeping them from being used. And there's no question that Manny Fernandez is going to have to use a lot of precious energy to accomplish what he was trying to do, and that was get out of the hold. Now it turns into a side headlock, but the same man is still on the offensive, and the same man is still applying the pressure. New spot perhaps, but same idea. Mil Mascaras with a calculated move, and he goes right back after those two arms. Mil is a move and a half ahead of Manny Fernandez at this particular point, and he makes the most of that slight cerebral advantage. And Mascaras comes up with a full Nelson on Manny Fernandez. Now there he goes, right after the same hold. And again, as Manny Fernandez makes his move, Mil Mascaras follows him around and manages to repeat the hold, but then you see the move of Manny Fernandez to get out of that ring and to at least make it impossible for Mascaras to put it back on him again. So as he walks on the outside there, we've got a thoroughly agitated Manny Fernandez who tries to think what he's going to do next. You can almost see the wheels turning. At least I can, because I know the predicament in which he finds himself and the problem. Twisting arm lock. There's the pressure on that arm. There's the move as he gets the first effective hold that he has had in this match. as he drives Mil Mascaras down toward the canvas, keeps that arm straight, keeps the pressure on it to keep it straight, and bends the wrist and the hand back, keeps the pressure tight on that hand. And now, as Mascaras starts to maneuver around, he found the openings, he crawled through them. The 5-minute mark is reached as Fernandez again decides that he is being made to look a little bit ridiculous by the unorthodox moves of Mil Mascaras. But then moves were made to make somebody else look ridiculous. If they work, they do. If they don't work, they backfire. Mascaras intends to see that they work, and he's good at it. As he moves in, there's a leg dive by Fernandez, and Fernandez knows his wrestling. There's a quick turnaround, and oh, that was a reversal that was beautiful to behold. There's one that delights the heart of a veteran wrestler who sees the move being made and knows what it takes to make it. Bar to hold. Inside bar to hold. He's got that leg scissored and he's working the pressure against it, pressing that leg up and making things miserable for Manny Fernandez. And now as Mascaras decides on another move, he tries the body scissor to stop Manny Fernandez from getting into him. He tries the spinning toe hold. Oh, I'll tell you, that was beautiful. And now an exchange of wrestling holds that puts Manny Fernandez on top, and like a raging bull, he pounded away at the masked head of Mil Mascaras. Following him up, trying to punish Mascaras, trying to see whether this man who wrestles so well, has not only 1,000 masks, but 1,000 holds, can take the punishment that can stop ordinary individuals. Listen to the noise here in this crowd as they respond to Manny Fernandez, and Fernandez starts to whip Mil Mascaras around. Oh, he came over there and drove that wallop into Mascaras' head, and Eric Mannheimer come up with a 2 count. He did not have occasion or reason to count 3 because Mascaras had gotten out from underneath. Manny Fernandez used a move that Mil Mascaras himself uses frequently. There is an argument going on now between Eric and Manny Fernandez, because Fernandez is trying his best to intimidate Eric into hastening his count. Hasn't worked out that way. And Fernandez with that punishing fist of his. He's a rugged guy. You wouldn't want to meet him in the alley because he has a repertoire of rough and difficult moves that are almost impossible to catalog because they're not the orthodox moves that would be. Oh, he came in there with tremendous force, and he's trying to pound, literally pound, Mil Mascaras into the canvas. Mascaras with that blue and silver mask glistening under the arc lights here at the Sam Houston Coliseum goes for the quick sunset flip, and at least it got him out of trouble. He didn't get the pin that he was after because he couldn't complete the hold, and there's a give and take, a solid give and take, and on the give, Mascaras clobbers Manny. So Fernandez has been shook right down into his boots, and the ring turnbuckles will do the rest of that particular job. Mannheimer arguing the point. There is a driving headbutt. This could do the job. He hit solidly, but Mascaras underneath is not submitting to any sort of punishment. Fernandez keeps over him, solidly, and Mascaras is trying to measure him up, set him up. There's a good shoulder butt. Mill dodging and using his tackles. There's that diving, head-butting tackles. 10 minutes have gone by as Fernandez caught one right on the jaw. He's going for a lift and a slam, and here is Mascaras climbing the rope for that famous dive of his. The referee is arguing with Mascaras about diving off the top rope. Now, here he is knocking Manny Fernandez down, and the crotch hold, the lift, and a back body drop, and he goes after the pin. There's one, there's two, and a give and take. Mascaras' blows are not as strong as those of Manny Fernandez. In this particular encounter, he missed that one, and as the referee tries to move in, the referee is blocked up in the corner, and the head of Mascaras hit into referee Eric Mannheimer, and there is solid socking going on there, and now use of the head, use of the shoulder, and the milling around is tough in the clinches, and the referee has been pushed down. Mascaras on the outside. Here goes Manny Fernandez off the apron and off onto the floor, and the referee goes in behind Manny and tries to pull him apart and get him back in the ring, and we've got a clash with the ring post and a pitched battle here as Mannheimer is calling for the bell and trying to figure out exactly what to do about it. He has gotten himself into a corner. He has just been mauled around, not by one man but by both men, and as they reach for chairs, Mascaras gets himself a chair. He wants more of Manny Fernandez.
Both men are thrown out. No contest, no winner.
The argument is going on up in the ring as Mascaras tries to get hold of Manny Fernandez. What has happened has been that as Mascaras starts calling for Manny Fernandez to come up, he wants this match to continue. Both men have actually been disqualified, which is the correct wording of the decision that has been given by Eric Mannheimer. And Mannheimer now has not stopped the match. We have another match going on. After all, one decision was given in the match, and Manny Fernandez, catching an atomic drop, goes out of the ring and up on the ropes is Mascaras, more than ready to continue. We'll be back here in a moment after we have this word from the studio.